Being compliant is just straightforward. Being maliciously compliant? Well, that's another story. Welcome to this episode of Malicious Compliance. Our first one is from MDLA PLA. I work for a Spanish company. It's been like 7 or 8 years, and we know each other pretty well. I've known and worked with the CTO for like 10 years now. He's a cool guy that wants stuff done. Even before 2020, the work from home policy was extremely relaxed. You do you and have everything done by the time we need it, we're okay. So when the pandemic came, the transition was as easy as it could get. In fact, as a company, and specifically on the tech team, we embraced the opportunity and started hiring people from outside the city for a cheaper salary than in the city. But for the people, a higher salary than the one they could get without moving into the city. I even moved out of the city during that time. Since the CTO didn't want to be a sales guy, the company hired a CEO in 2021, an Englishman that came highly recommended and was stationed in his rural house in the English countryside. Looked like a cool, relaxed guy for a while. Once the pandemic ended, he started pushing rather heavily for a return to office for everyone. He made polls, lengthy emails to everyone about how this fostered relationships and whatnot. He got really pushy, even complaining to the CTO about it. So every time he came to Spain, people that lived around the city would go to the office just to be there so the CEO was happy. And then, one time, CTO decided that he had had enough of the whole return to office mandate and the CEO complaining. So, on a random meeting of the tech team, CTO said, "Okay, next Tuesday, I want everyone in the office. If you live far away, book a train, drive, whatever you have to do. I'll pay, but be here." And so we did. That Tuesday, every single one of the tech team, including people that took a 2 or 3 hour trip to get there, was in the office. Guess who wasn't there? Yeah, the CEO. So the CTO took a picture, emailed it to the CEO saying something along the lines of, "If you can't lead by example, don't push my people to do things that don't work." And we went to having a relaxing lunch and beers type of day. Aftermath, return to the office mandate never came to fruition. CEO was out of the company a year later. We closed the office since everyone works 100% of the time from home. And to his dismay, CTO is now CTO and acting CEO, and things are going smoothly. This is the problem I have with a lot of people that are in superior positions like management or anything where they make demands but don't lead by that example. I'm glad that the CTO took advantage of the situation and got everybody to maliciously comply with the CEO's demands that the CEO couldn't even do themselves. This next one is by Appropriate Rip 9996. I was a kid with a snow shovel. I went around the neighborhood and offered to shovel the driveway for $5. I was getting paid. Everyone seemed grateful. One house had a resident with MS and they were happy to pay. There was one snow-covered driveway left, but the boy there refused the $5. He wanted to pay a quarter, and I mean 25 cents. I had no other driveways to shovel, but I thought to myself that the kid was told to shovel himself and wanted to get out of it for a quarter. I took his deal knowing he would get in trouble if I took a long time to clear the driveway and his mom came home. I took his quarter up front. So I'm shoveling for a quarter, but for a quarter, you get half-hearted effort. I'm taking my time and doing an excellent job. Occasionally he yells at me to hurry up. Yeah, sure. You do remember you paid me a quarter. I'm getting there. Eventually I'm almost done and Mom comes home. She is furious. She demands to know why I'm shoveling the driveway she told her boy to shovel. I told her that her son agreed to pay me a quarter to shovel the driveway. She was furious and gave me $5 before going into the house yelling at the kid. I probably spent all my money on candy. I think the thing that really intrigues me with this is, did they end up making $5.25 as a result of all this? Because I don't think the other kid got their quarter back. And our final one is from Blunt But Not On Purpose. Many years ago, I did all kinds of admin work at an oil terminal. One of my jobs was to take care of the documents after vessels had been loaded. Bills of lading would usually have to be couriered to a bank, so I'd take care of that as well. Now, I said bills of lading had to be couriered to the bank, but that's not entirely true. Every time a vessel would come to load, we'd receive a document distribution matrix. Originals of document X to be sent to A, copies to B, C, and D. Originals of document Y to be sent to B. Well, you get the gist. I would usually completely ignore that matrix. I knew exactly who needed what, and I knew that the bank only cared about the BSL, so I'd just send them those and that was never a problem. That is, until someone new started at said bank and would complain about missing documents. Next time, I added some more documents that I reckoned might be vaguely relevant, but again, they complained about missing documents. I'm still not sure why that was, only the BL was referenced to them, but the next time a vessel had loaded, I was very happy to give them exactly what they wanted. The document distribution matrix was probably once drafted by someone who didn't know what they were doing, then ignored by everyone, so it never became a problem. In this case, however, I was going to need a bigger envelope. I followed the matrix to the letter. 1 original plus 4 copies? You got it. I was really happy because I'd spotted the fatal flaw. Some background first. For every chemical product, there is a material safety data sheet, MSDS. They contain all sorts of information regarding safety of the product, and over time, they've become monstrosities. So here's what made me so happy. The matrix also mentioned 1 original and 4 copies of the MSDS, which was like a 250 plus page document. There's absolutely no reason why the bank would even need 1 copy of the MSDS, but it was in the matrix and I'd been told to follow the matrix. So I did. I printed it 5 times, copied all other documents 4 times, and ended up with a stack of over 1,500 pages. Here's where my sadism kicked in. The 3 original bills of lading, the only documents I knew the bank actually needed, went randomly into that stack. The person on the other side would have to go through that entire stack to find those 3 pieces of paper they really needed. I heard nothing from them. The next time I had to send documents to the bank again, I reverted to what I'd always sent them. Again, silence. That's when I knew I'd won. From then on, all was back to normal. That's gotta suck to start at a job somewhere and then not even be given the adequate training on the things you need, and I don't know if that new person was just afraid of potentially losing their job due to missing documents that weren't really missing or what, but in the end I'm glad that they probably got the hint of what was really required. Alright, that's enough maliciousness for the day. Well, that wraps up this episode of Malicious Compliance. If you liked the video, please drop a like, share my content on all of your social media, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell so you're notified every time I upload, and drop a comment down below. It really helps with the algorithm and helps new people find my channel. Thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons and super thanks contributors. Have a great day and stay safe out there.